That is what we are talking about, folks. Lakers postgame show, Andy Kamenetsky, and 41 games had been in the books heading into tonight, which means the second half is officially underway, and the Lakers kicking things off in a way that Laker fans could not have asked for really any better. 117-96 win over the defending champion. Sorry, it's true. I hate saying it too, but it is true. Defending champion and hated rival, Boston Celtics. The Lakers winning this game almost wire to wire. I'm looking at it right now, and after, I believe, the 10:42 mark of the first quarter, so basically less than 90 seconds into this game. Oh, no, brief lead taken by Boston around 6-ish minutes, then around 5. But then once the first quarter came to a close, the Lakers were up by 34-23, and then from there, they led the entire way. They controlled the game the entire way, and this was one of the best showings on both sides of the ball for the Lakers this season. 877-710 if you want to weigh in. 877-710 ESPN. I want to hear from everyone. Your thoughts on this big win by the Lakers against the Celtics, who, to say it right now, I know they were on the second end of a back-to-back that went to overtime last night against the Clippers, but this was still a very good Boston team that was at full strength, and two of their starters, Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday, actually did not play last night. So, yes, you take into account those circumstances. The second end of a back-to-back matters, but a 21-point win over a team like this, that is significant in any context. It doesn't mean that necessarily the Lakers have all of a sudden solved everything and just clear the way on Figueroa because that parade is coming. That would be getting ahead of ourselves. But it is not getting ahead of ourselves to say that this Lakers team played extremely well tonight on both sides of the ball. They executed very well. They shot well from outside the arc. They shot well inside the arc. They did well on the glass. They did well defensively. They did a good job taking care of the ball. It was a really good night for the Lakers, and something I'm sure Laker fans are excited about. Again, 877-710 ESPN. I'm sure that they were really excited at this moment right here.
LeBron taking his time out near half court, one-on-one against Al Horford. Two of the oldest guys in the league. Here is LeBron. Picked up on a switch by Luke Cornett. LeBron down the middle all the way. Slam dunk! Took it right at Cornett, and he backed off, and LeBron dunked it.
Yeah, Luke Cornett does not have a chance against LeBron James. That is the collision of the game. Being in an accident can be stressful, especially if your car is damaged and it needs to be repaired. If your car is damaged, you need to call my friend Leo and the team at Active Collision, the experts at handling the tow of your vehicle. They help you get a rental car and specialize in complete auto accident repair of your vehicle. With experienced body and paint technicians, repairing your vehicle back to new is their specialty. For a free estimate, call 626-330-0100. That is 626-330-0100 or visit activecollisionrepair.com. Active Collision works with all insurance companies, handles 100% of the process. Mention 710 us, and you get a 50% discount on your insurance deductible. Active Collision offers free towing. Again, 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com. Follow them on Instagram, active.collision. Make Active Collision your first choice for all auto collision needs. And heading into this game, I thought that right away, and we're going to get to your calls. I see if you're holding right now, stay in there. I am going to get to you. But it felt to me heading into this game, especially with reports from Shams Charania that LeBron and Anthony Davis were concerned about the Lakers' either potential inability to make a significant move at the deadline or maybe even potential unwillingness to make a significant move at the deadline. The Lakers have these 2 first-round picks that they could theoretically put on the table to try to make a big swing. These Lakers have been all over the place this season. There are times when they look like a pretty good team. There are times when they look like a team that will be fortunate to get through the play-in and they will be bounced in the first round. And there have been times where they've been both of those versions of themselves in the same game. They have not been an even remotely consistent team this season. So if you are a Laker fan or just LeBron James and Anthony Davis, hoping to see Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss commit to the idea of let's go for it. Let's really just push our chips in the middle, let them play out as they will, and really try to make something happen while LeBron James is in season 22. Anthony Davis, people may not realize, 31. He is on the back end of his prime, still in it, but it only lasts so much longer. I'm not saying that tonight automatically means that Rob Pelinka is going to go aggressively canvassing the rest of the league, dangling those two first-round picks. But games like tonight make it easier, if nothing else, make it easier for Rob Pelinka and the front office and Jeannie Buss to think it's worth it. They make it easier for LeBron and Anthony Davis to apply that type of pressure or to put those asks in. Like if the Lakers, say Saturday night in the Bay Area, control their game against the Warriors like this again, this road trip coming up. Let's say even if they don't go undefeated, their losses are solid against the Clippers or solid against the Knicks, and then they handle their business well against the Wizards and the Hornets or a Sixers team that's been reeling and may not have Joel Embiid. Like if they play at this level for the opening part of the second half of the season, heading into the deadline, if nothing else, you start giving Rob Pelinka more to think about. And that's something that it's become very clear. LeBron, Anthony Davis, J.J. Redick, talking about this team having no margin for error, they want to see more added to this team. They want to see better depth on both sides of the ball, a little bit more scoring, a little bit more ball handling, maybe a higher quality backup center behind Anthony Davis. They want to see these things happen, and a night like tonight, which again, even acknowledging the circumstances, Celtics on the second end of a back-to-back, overtime, yada, 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 Lakers played really well in this game, man. They played really, really well, and it's just one game. You do not want to get ahead of yourselves, but this is the type of game that if it is a foundation moving forward for the second half, Lakers start feeling like a team that you can be kind of optimistic about, feeling pretty good about their potential prospects moving forward. We're going to get into more of that coming up. Again, 877-710 ESPN if you want to weigh in. If you're on hold right now, stay on hold. I am going to get to you. The Lakers win 117-96 over the Celtics. This is the Lakers postgame show on ESPN LA 710.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the third year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Just like the Lakers have a game plan on the court, you should have a Go Safely game plan off the court. If you plan to drink, plan for a designated sober driver. If you're the designated sober driver, move over a lane when you see amber flashing lights on Caltrans, law enforcement, or other emergency vehicles or tow trucks. If you can't move over safely, slow down and be work zone alert. Go Safely, California, from the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
In Major League Baseball, the teams that are going to do well in a lot of cases, are owned by hedge funds, investment bankers, that kind of stuff. This is like play money for the side. If it's not your main income, and that's certainly not the case with Guggenheim Group, they just don't care. They will spend, and they have so much money. I think their competitive balance tax is going to be over $350 million this year. I mean, none of it matters.
I saw something that it says that if you take just their deferred money right now, it's like $1.375 billion just in deferred money.
Yeah, how fun are they going to be to watch next year? Wow.
Are they? I mean, I looked at it, thought about it yesterday when this came across. I mean, they will be the heaviest favorites in the history of Major League Baseball, I think.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, tomorrow at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
On 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
Here's Anthony Davis, 3-footer good. Davis up to 20 points. LeBron has 20, and it's 99-78.
And that may have been the point where Joe Mazzulla decided, yeah, that's enough. This is not going to happen tonight. The comeback of all comebacks is not going to take place this evening. That was part of Anthony Davis's 24 points to go along with, this can't be right. Is this right? Just 8 rebounds? You have just 8 rebounds? The score. I only question this.
Just 8 rebounds.
Okay,
yes.
No, I want to make it clear.
Not a typo.
I am not being critical of Anthony Davis. The reason I'm questioning it is because the box score tonight, like, I don't know, by the wires, whoever does this stuff, you know, over the, as Hacksaw would say, the sports wire, it was all goofy tonight. And like ESPN's box score had everything over one spot where like both teams were shooting 0% from the field. So I just wanted to make sure that this is correct. I'm not being critical of Anthony Davis at all, but 24 points to go along with 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, 9 of 18 from the field, 6 of 6 at the line. That is enough to make Anthony Davis the player of the game, driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Anthony Davis also, because he was the player of the game, in the eyes of TNT, he got the walk-off interview with Allie LaForce. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Anthony, basketball is a game of runs, but you didn't let the defending champions have many of those. What did it show you about the mental discipline of this squad tonight?
Obviously, it's rivalry week. There's been a rivalry since basketball started, and it's a great team. Knowing that they played, last night, we wanted to come out with some defensive intensity. Obviously, their guys are great NBA players, great scorers, elite scorers, and we just wanted to take the challenge defensively. But we knew they were going to make a run. They made a run in the third quarter. But at the end of the day, we combated that run with our own run to get stopped.
One of the most rewarding and impressive parts was you beat them at their own game, which was the 3-point game. What was the strategy heading in to be so successful?
Make them put it on the floor. They shoot very well when they get a catch and shoot, but it kind of drops significantly when they have to put it on the floor. So that was our game plan. Don't let them get no catch and shoot, but at the same time, we want to make shots as well. Knowing that, Drew is very good defensively and he kind of overhelped, so we just pounded our guys, Porzingis in action, and, guys make shots tonight.
Lastly, with everything that Southern California has went through with these devastating fires, to see a full arena with fans smiling and clapping and coming to their feet, what does it show you perspective-wise about it being more than this game of basketball and providing joy?
Yeah, we live in this bubble where, we think basketball is everything, and you have real-world things, going outside. People are, just fighting for their lives. People lost everything that they had, lost homes, everything that they saved up for. So, as an organization, as a league, but as an organization here in LA, we try to put smiles on their faces and even if it's for 2.5 hours, make them forget about everything and make them put a smile and bring that joy back, to the city. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good one for the city beating the Boston Celtics.
Thanks so much. See you soon.
And that was Anthony Davis talking with TNT after tonight's 117-96 win over the Celtics. As AD noted, obviously this does not come even close to solving everything for those across LA and the surrounding area dealing with the after effect of these wildfires. But I imagine for a lot of Laker fans, it was nice for 2.5 hours to watch their favorite team kick the bleep out of the Boston Celtics. Let's take some calls. JJ in Belmont Shores. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, JJ?
Good evening, brother. First time talking with you. I usually talk with Beto. I have
Beto's
a
good people,
beef
man.
With him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen. A lot of the time, you're very negative on the Lakers.
How would you know? You don't even talk to me. You're always talking about Beto.
I listen to you, brother. I listen to you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, so I'm from the Bill Walton vibe, and I'm older, and you got to let them grow, man. A lot of the time you're on them hard, and when they win, they just beat the defending champions. Let it flow.
Have I not
Don't
been
talk
I've been
negative.
celebrating. Did you tune in from a different show? I've been celebrating them. I'm not sure what you're talking about, JJ.
Dude, I have listened to you about 3 days ago talk negative. Let it flow.
Okay.
They're just growing.
I will let it flow. They are growing. Appreciate the call, JJ. I mean, they do have LeBron James at 40. I mean, I don't know how much growing time they actually have, but we'll let it flow. Michael in Fullerton, you're on the Lakers postgame show. Hopefully I'm not too negative.
No, you're good. I've been
you.
listening to Locked On Lakers, and I feel like
there you go, baby.
Very realistic about the team.
Thank you.
You know what? I was honestly really down on the team when they were playing the teams from Texas, and I was watching them get their butts kicked every night. And then I was watching that Nets game, and I was like, what is going on with this team? This is some of the worst basketball I've seen from the Lakers in a long time.
That wasn't pretty.
But tonight, that everything that happened tonight just made me forget everything that happened those last few weeks. Because Rivals Week and the Celtics, beating them means everything.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it means a lot.
Absolutely, Michael. Appreciate the call. No, this was a really good night, man. Like I said before, fully acknowledge that Boston was on the second end of a back-to-back. They went to overtime last night against the Clippers. Like, that stuff matters. And, like, if you're trying to take, scope of everything that happened, you have to account for that. But at the same time, they beat these guys by 21 points. These are the defending champions. They're a very good team, and they were at full strength. Like, Boston's injury report was like a blank sheet of paper. I'm not exaggerating. There was nothing on it. And Porzingis and Holiday didn't actually play last night at all. So, yes, Boston obviously was playing on the second end of a back-to-back. Teams play on the second end of a back-to-back. That's part of the NBA. The Lakers did things in this game very well that were independent of Boston's situation. They went 18 of 20 at the line. Like, that has nothing to do with anything Boston did. They won the points in the paint battle, 46-36. Points in the paint, by the way, all season sponsored by Vista Paint. Locally owned, manufactured for over 65 years. Vista Paint is your home for factory direct, high-quality paint products. Vista Paint, your championship team of paint professionals for over 65 years. They controlled the glass in this game, 62-49. And I'll tell you something that they did in this game that I think was great for the Lakers. It's been a bad habit of theirs all season, something that drives me insane. The Lakers have this thing where I think a big reason that their offense often grows stagnant or can be so inconsistent, or sometimes it leads to turnovers, is of the 24 seconds they have every possession, they will often piddle away all 8 seconds just getting the ball across half court, and then they bleep around for another 5, 6, 7 seconds, kind of doing nothing, and then they have 5, 6 seconds to start running any action at all, which predictably leads to bad offense. Tonight, they were consistently getting the ball up court quickly, getting into something quickly. I'm not even talking about running the break. I'm not even talking about just like looking to run on every possession. I'm just saying they weren't looking to walk. And that's something I've been looking for them all season. They did that well tonight, and that has nothing to do with Boston. Like, that has nothing to do with Boston being tired, because the Lakers do this against teams that are plenty rested. Like, this is a Laker thing. This is not the other team thing. They did that really, really well tonight. There was a lot that they did well. Take one more call before we go to break. Roddy in Fontana. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Roddy?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, man.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Sure.
So, of course, my name is Roddy Town from the Inland Empire, North Fontana. And so I'm going to try to condense it and with this question that I have, and also kind of, if it's okay, to kind of share kind of a snippet of just the Lakers season. So,
sure.
So question is, I mean, you've seen the season. It's been pretty much been stacking and building good habits, coming from a first-year coach, right, and a team that has pretty much have the chemistry already. But, like, what are one or two big things that you guys can highlight? I mean, aside from what you just said about, like, they're not just walking, but, you know, but they're running and gunning and moving. But what are one or two big things overall in these 41 games that they had? You guys think that the Lakers can do to become better, well-rounded, established, stronger team in the coming weeks?
All right, Roddy, I'll go with that. I appreciate the call. I'll start with one thing. The Lakers only turned the ball over 6 times in this game. I'm going to double-check as soon as NBA.com's – okay, I can check it right now. It just updated. My suspicions, are they confirmed? Yep, just 2 turnovers in the second half in this game. They did a very good job taking care of the ball. Only 6 total. So they had only 6 turnovers in this game, and 4, I believe, came in. 4 might have come in the first quarter. I know there was at least 3. Like, they started out this game pretty sloppy. I think LeBron had 2 turnovers probably in the first 7 or 8 minutes, 6 minutes. Actually, probably about 6, because he gets that early break. That's his substitution pattern. I know Austin Reeves had at least 1 early. So as the game went along, they took better care of the ball. That's huge for this team, because beyond the fact that you get more possessions when you hang on to the ball, this team often struggles defending in transition. And earlier in the season, when they started out 10-4 and looked really good, they were doing a great job taking care of the ball. They had fallen into, over the last month or so, really, really bad habits, sloppiness with the ball. That's one thing, obviously, they did very well. And the other thing is they shot the hell out of the ball from behind the arc. I mean, I don't know if you can count on them making 43% from behind the arc in this game, but if you're looking at things to build on, Dalton Connect, who has been, frankly, dreadful over the last month and change from behind the arc, Connect had 3 3-pointers in this game. Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, both had 4 in this game. Like, Rui Hachimura, and this is actually pretty consistent for Rui, 2 of 5, 40%. Like, if the Lakers can hit more threes and, frankly, take a few more threes, they're going to start looking like a more dynamic offense. And I thought they did a very good job creating quality threes, as opposed to just passing the ball kind of willy-nilly and aimlessly around the arc, or looking for the first 3 that they could jack up. I thought they did a really good job creating good looks for themselves tonight. So, to Roddy's question, those are 2 things that maybe are repeatable for them moving forward, at the very least kind of in the Lakers' control moving forward. Like, very often their turnovers, they're not the result of the other team's defense. It's the result of the Lakers being careless. All right, coming up, talk more about this 117-96 win over the Lakers. Take more of your calls, 877-710-ESPN. Andy Kiminetsky, Lakers postgame show, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
How am I supposed to live without you, Cappy?
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help, like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
And help people recover.
This is the Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
On 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
Need a break from the everyday? Well, fans, it might be your lucky day because tonight Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away 2 nights plus dinner, golf, or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at fantasysprings.com. The Lakers get a 117-96 win over the hated and defending champion Boston Celtics. This was a really strong night for the Lakers on both sides of the ball. One of the things I actually really like about this night is you had 6 Lakers in double figures. 6 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I was right the first time. 6 in double figures. 3, LeBron, AD, and Reeves with 20-plus points. But nobody taking more than 20 shots. I thought things were pretty evenly, not perfectly even as far as everybody taking the exact same amount, but it felt like it was dispersed well, where you didn't have just 2 or 3 guys taking the overwhelming majority of shots. The assists were actually doled out pretty evenly as well, like LeBron and Reeves tied for 6 for team leaders, but Gabe Vincent had 4 of them. Anthony Davis had 3. I just thought there was a lot that the Lakers did very well tonight from an execution standpoint, from a playing in character standpoint, from a playing hard standpoint. You could tell, because playing hard, quite frankly, has not been a given with this team. They wanted this one. They wanted to make a statement for the beginning of the second half of this season. We'll see if that statement holds. This team has been one big wild swing for now 42 games. But for the time being, they are 24-16. They are 6 games above 500, and I believe they are the 5 seed they are tied, I guess, technically for the 5 seed in the West with the Clippers. Also fortunate because a lot of the teams tonight chasing them got wins as well. Take some more of your calls. Robbie, East Long Beach. What's up, Robbie?
How's it going, Andy?
Good.
Hey, Bunch. Great win tonight, 117-96. I believe I'm so pumped about Mr. Jared Vanderbilt coming back for Saturday's game, and I think maybe, just maybe, they split up in the OKC. And here's my moves. I think they should trade a couple draft picks, and maybe you package Cam Radish to the Philadelphia Phil 76ers. Maybe we get Tobias Harris, and then maybe go after Felix Chulis or a Miles Turner from the Indiana Pacers. And I feel good that maybe we could try and make it to the conference finals. What's your take? And let's go Lakers.
Indeed, woo! Robbie. Let's go. Appreciate the call. Point of clarification real quick. Tobias Harris is actually on the Pistons this year, and they're not going to move him. The Pistons are having a strong season, actually. They've been a really fun team. All of a sudden, those 2 losses that the Lakers had against the Pistons don't seem so bad anymore. They're looking like a team that's going to make the play. They're actually a lot of fun. It's actually really cool for the Pistons to have this because God knows their fans have been suffering for a while. As far as Valanciunas, he is by multiple reports available. I don't love him playing with Anthony Davis, so it's got to be one of those things where, if I had to guess, he's going to be playing more as AD's backup than with him. So is he cool with that role? Is he cool with like a 15, 18, maybe 20-minute role? But I would be very surprised if he ended up playing more than 20 minutes on this team because Anthony Davis is not just their best player. He's a center, and Valanciunas is not going to eat into those minutes. But the 2 first-round picks, that is sort of the million-dollar question. And also, thank you to Robbie because I don't think I've spent enough time on this. Jared Vanderbilt is slated to be active on Saturday against Golden State Warriors. I'm guessing he only plays 10 to 15 minutes tops if assuming he plays. He's going to be on a minutes restriction. But seeing where he fits into this rotation, whose minutes he takes, how JJ looks to use him, that's going to be very, very intriguing.
Who do you think is going to take?
Well, my thought before tonight's game was the player most vulnerable to losing minutes to Vando was actually Dalton Knecht.
Really?
Yeah, because Vando, you could use him defensively as a guard. And offensively, he's just sort of whatever you decide to do with him. You know what I mean? But like he doesn't have such a specific offensive skill that you think about him doing blank. It's either a lot of screening, a lot of garbage points, maybe a little bit of playmaking. He actually, I think, moves the ball better than he gets credit for. But, like, you're not running offense through Jared Vanderbilt. But defensively, he could play guard minutes. And, Dalton, up until tonight, has really been struggling. So I thought maybe that was a possibility. And then depending on size matchups, things like that, I thought maybe Vando could potentially eat into some of Jackson's minutes as well.
That's what I was going to say. I would say Hayes, because I think the Lakers are going to go small.
We'll see. I mean, look, JJ has
off the bench.
JJ has been much more inclined to play, medium-sized lineups. I don't think they necessarily go super small.
But Jackson's making it really hard because the last couple of weeks he's been playing kind of well.
He's played well the last couple of games. I thought Jackson actually played well tonight. So, look, these are the type of things you want if you're a coach. Difficult decisions. Greg in Harbor City, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Greg?
Yeah, couple things. When you are describing, each guy maybe not taking more than 20 shots and they're all hitting them, I think it really is like seeing them actually play team basketball instead of focusing. Well, I don't even know if they focus, but it comes down to like three guys. It seems like we're depending on when everyone was involved tonight, and that's when you're successful. It's a team game, and of course, hitting shots doesn't hurt. But what is the difference in their psyche of only a point win over New Jersey, but then they come out just hammering
I know.
the Celtics? I mean,
well, it's like I said. I appreciate the call, Greg. They have not been consistent all year. They've been all over the map. This team, they've been on balance good enough that they're not terrible, and they've been basically 5, 6, something like that, games above 500 for a lot of the season, but they've never been consistently good enough to make you feel confident in them or even what you're going to get on a night-by-night, game-by-game basis. And when they lose, they are often having their asses handed to them, and that's where the wild swings come in. But tonight was a really, really strong game for the Lakers, for LeBron James, who, if you're holding, stay there, going to get to you. But here's what LeBron had to say after tonight's win.
Starting with the defense, Bron, what allowed you guys to be as effective? What was required to be as effective as you guys were from start to finish?
We had a game plan and we executed. For the majority of 48 minutes, we executed, and we know it's a great team, defending champions, great players, and they're going to put you in situations that's uncomfortable, but you have to be uncomfortable in order to compete with them.
You mentioned the other night, Boston is who they are, you guys are who you are. But for you guys as a whole, from start to finish, what did this one show you about who you are?
It just showed us that we can take a game plan and execute it. And like I said, our coaches gave us a game plan that they felt like was the best in order to help us win this game, and we just executed as a team.
JJ's told us that at times when you guys haven't looked your best this year, you weren't connected on the court. Were there examples of the way you were connected tonight that allowed you to have an outcome like this?
I just thought our communication was really good. We knew we wanted to execute, especially defensively, and we executed that. Offensively, we didn't turn the ball over, and they're pretty good defensively as well. We didn't turn the ball over. We didn't force a lot of shots. We were good at all facets.
JJ also said that he hoped that this game was maybe a reminder of what you guys can be when you're at your best. How do you see you being able to serve as
It's a long NBA season. I don't get too high, I get too low, stay even keel. So, we've been up and down a little bit, throughout the majority of the season. Hopefully it's the first 48 when we was up and down, and hopefully the next the next 41, we can kind of build and trend higher, trend up. So I think hopefully we've learned from some of the mistakes that we've made through the first 41. Obviously, you could tell I like that show. First 41, we were kind of up and down in the first 41, so hopefully we can use our things that we did in the first 41 to now these next 41 to get better at it, not have to look back and be like, okay, what are we doing? We should be able to learn from those. So we see.
Does a game like this against the Celtics, against the champs?
Nope, they sure don't. I can tell your enthusiasm in your voice, and heard that question way too many times in my career. Absolutely not. It's one game. They hosted Larry O'Brien Trophy. We're trying to aspire to get there. We want to just continue to work our habits, work our game. So, absolutely does not.
JJ said before the game it's not a measuring stick game. What do you want to take out of a convincing win like this on the road for this long trip?
Nothing. We want a game at home. We protect the home. But our game plan would be different versus Steph than it was versus this team and versus Golden State. Our game plan would be different. So how we execute that will put us in position to either win or lose. And, we have to play for 48 minutes. So you can't use one game to the next game. Games are totally different.
And that was LeBron James speaking after tonight's 117-96 win over the Boston Celtics. Alvis in Long Beach, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Appreciate what you do, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I was actually at the game tonight, believe it or not.
Nice. There you
I got tickets at the last minute. And a couple takeaways. Initially, I saw Austin Reeves and even Vincent guarding Porzingis. And I was so mind-boggled as to what Redick was doing. But eventually I caught on. He basically enticed Boston to beat them inside as opposed to bombing away from three. And I think that strategy was really good. It worked. And it even looked like they were running some kind of semblance of an offense. believe it or not. So I think it was a good strategic move by Redick, the type that to make the players have more confidence in him and kind of buy in.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I couldn't tell at times. I appreciate the call, Alvis. I couldn't tell if these were switches that the Lakers were giving up too easily just because that's been something they've done all year. And then there were times where I was wondering if, okay, are they trying to – is it like a bad switch or a switch gone wrong, switch they shouldn't have done when it's Austin or Gabe guarding Porzingis?
I'd say 75% of the time it was off a switch.
But then I was like, okay, with someone like Max, because Max Christie has been really good this whole season fronting bigger guys. Like, he's really good at it against Wembanyama.
And I was going to say the other 25%, it was like really Max Christie versus Kristaps.
Right. So that's what I was wondering. At times I was like, okay, are they doing this specifically with
because
Max?
At Porzingis on the other end guarding Max.
Right. So I wasn't quite sure. And Porzingis, look, he did have a good game. 22 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. But, I mean, look, it could be a matter of not even so much trying to make them beat you inside because, I mean, Porzingis is a really good player, but maybe the idea of, okay, let's focus more on Porzingis at the expense of the other guys, like just not involving the other guys as much.
Almost like, let's give 70 points to Shaq back in the day and shut out the other guys.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna look right now in real time as far as what Boston averages per game. But in this game, Jaylen Brown led the team with 19 field goal attempts, followed by 16 for Porzingis, then 12 for Pritchard and Tatum combined. That can't be normal. There is no way that is even remotely normal.
Could have been fatigue too?
Look, I am sure fatigue played a role in this, like Boston being on the second end of a back-to-back, overtime, which, again, like I said before, I don't think that takes anything away from this. Like, these are circumstances you acknowledge, but I'm not using that to crap on what the Lakers did tonight. 21 points is convincing regardless. Solomon and Lake Balboa, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up?
Yeah, hi, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call. The thing I liked about tonight, actually two things. The Lakers didn't just rest on their offensive, prowess tonight. And they could have. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, we're shooting the lights out. So, yeah, we don't have to play much defense. I saw a complete game tonight on both ends of the court, and that was nice to see. Okay? And as far as the Lakers swings are concerned, they always sort of play to the level of their competition. So they got up for Boston, but they don't necessarily get up for the teams that they should beat. And then they get caught with their pants down. So that mindset has to change, and hopefully it will change in the second part of the season. And I know this might be off the subject a little bit, but I was always angry that the Lakers have needed a really good big to help out Anthony Davis. I've been talking about this for years. And, Pelinka, I know this is ancient history, when he, blew up the team and got rid of both JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. And what did you get for Zubac? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
we have
Mike
Anthony
Muscala
Davis.
Zubac trade. Appreciate the call, Solomon. That was definitely advantage Clippers. I would like to think that Magic knows if you could get that one back, you would. Take a couple more calls before we go. Jose in Fontana. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Jose?
What's up, my guy? How you doing? P1 over here. Thank you for all you do, man. Love you.
Thank you.
Hey, really quick, back to Redick's game plan, man. I thought it was a stroke of genius, right? You let Porzingis go out for 20-25. Doesn't really hurt you. More importantly, you keep the other guys from getting into a rhythm. And I think you saw that as the game progressed. Third quarter, fourth quarter, they were really having a hard time just even drawing iron at times. So I thought it was just a stroke of genius. But main reason I called you, my guy, who do you think's out there? Kessler, what is the fit? What is that missing piece that AD and LeBron keep laboring for? Because I feel like we're deep. I feel like with Vandal back, right, you have some depth, you have some length, you have some wings that can defend. You can hide them on offense a little bit, right, as long as we have enough shooting. So what is that missing piece, according to you, that you think is out there that we can go for realistically without hurting our chances going forward, but more importantly, taking advantage of what we have right now?
Well, I appreciate the call, Jose. And Kessler, I'll be honest, I have never bought that Walker Kessler's even available. I guess unless some team decide, maybe it's the Lakers, but some team decides
He's literally averaging like a double-double in like 3 blocks in like
he's
less than 30 minutes.
And he's 23.
Like, no one's going to – that's
like,
worth 4 first-round picks.
I mean, Utah, if they're going into a rebuild, like, why do they not want Walker Kessler?
He's only 23.
Like, to me, if he's actually available, unless they're just trying to jack up the price, that kind of feels like a red flag. Like, if he's available, in all honesty. And I think some of this is carryover from last year when he wasn't playing a lot. And maybe in the offseason there was some speculation, all right, Utah's not into him. If I'm Utah, again, unless the offer just blows me away, I'll just sign him, give him a decent contract, and then trade him down the road if for whatever reason you don't think he's part of this rebuild. But again, I've never understood why Kessler would even be available, and I find it kind of suspicious if he is. I'll tell you, speaking of centers.
Maybe Utah thinks they can get 4 first-round picks again.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it could be something like that. I mean, Ainge is known as a really difficult guy to trade with. And
a hoarder.
Yeah. And also it has come out ahead in the deal. Like, he's known as a shrewd dude. I had been hoping the Lakers could possibly get Nick Richards to back up Anthony Davis, but he got traded to the Suns. Cam Johnson is apparently tricky to trade for because he's got a trade kicker. So you have to send out, I think, like 25 in salaries, even though he only makes 21. Like, it starts getting complicated for making that happen. Like, Zach LaVine becomes difficult to stack up salaries to match. Like, it's
Vucevic.
I don't like Vucevic at all. I don't think he and AD will play a lot together. I could be wrong. He's so bad defensively. Like, I feel like if you are going to move a center, if you're going to bring in a center to move AD to power forward more often, that has got to be a center that is at least a decent defender, because you're moving LeBron out to the 3. Like, you're creating, I think, some degree of defensive issues. Anthony Davis can defend anywhere, but he's awesome around the rim. I don't love the idea of bringing in a center who's not a rim protector, and Vucevic isn't. I know he's skilled offensively, but I don't love that. Trying to think who is really B.I. I think could be interesting to bring in, but you start having to stack up some of those salaries. Like someone like Bruce Brown, I need to see him on the court more. He's missed a lot of time.
I haven't seen him play in Toronto at all.
And also, too, like the idea Jose brought up, and then hang on, because Giovanni, I see you. McGee, Mississippi, we're going to get to you. The idea that Vando's back so we're deeper, you got to see Vando on the court. The idea of Vando coming back should not affect anything the Lakers do at the deadline. Like, that's a mistake.
And is there any updates on Christian Wood? Nothing
Who?
has to be.
This Christian Wood you speak of. No. I mean, I feel bad for Christian, but I don't get any sense he's going to be back this year at all.
Wow.
I mean, it's become awfully quiet on the Christian Wood front. Like, I mean, there's just been no details at all. So, again, would love to be pleasantly surprised. I'm starting to think he's not going to play this season. So we shall see. Last call, Giovanni from McGee, Mississippi, which I got to be honest, never heard of. What are you doing? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How are y'all tonight?
Good.
Okay, it's nice to hear from you guys. I just wanted to say, after tonight's victory, I just want to give a shout-out to all Laker fans rip on social media, Gabe Vincent. I thought Gabe played great tonight.
He did play
My
well.
highlight play was when he shoved Porzingis out the lane. I was like, now that's the Miami Gabe. So I kind of actually enjoyed that festivity, but he shot the ball well. It was good to see Connect again. I thought, but J.J. Redick, I mean, everyone was comparing what Redick has done in his first 42 to Darvin Ham, and I'm like, the players tell us what he's done. We don't hear anyone talking about they want to get rid of him or anything like that. But I just wanted to ask you, I think it was Phoenix. I think they got payback on us for stealing Vando a couple of years ago, but that's just me. But but I just wanted to add, who would you think would be another option for the Lakers to get if they want a big? Because I think, once you get Vando back, you let it ride out and see what you got. I don't know.
Well, you raise an interesting question, Javoni, and appreciate it, and awesome that you are a Laker fan in Mississippi. But, like, whoever the Lakers look for at the center position, Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick need to talk and make sure that, depending on the caliber of this player, like, so let's just say Walker Kessler, if he really is available, and again, I don't see why he would be, but let's just say he is. You got to know that JJ will be committed to playing Kessler and, like, playing him starters minutes, like, because Anthony Davis is the best player on this team, and he is naturally a center. And J.J. Redick, it's become clear that his preference is, I think, going not small, but, like, medium ball. Like, similar to the way the Lakers in the 2020 year, they often had Anthony Davis at the 4 or at the 5 with Markieff Morris. You know, like, Markieff Morris is a big dude. Or, you know, they'd have lineups with AD and LeBron and Kuzma with Danny Green out there in KCP. Like, those are not small lineups, even if you're going with, you know, AD, who's not considered like a bulky center. Like, that's a lot of length. Like, there's a difference to me between teams that are going small, but they've got a lot of length, versus going small and you're truly relying on, like, quickness and shooting or whatever. But if the Lakers are going to be looking at any center that they're expecting to play more than, I don't know, 15 minutes a night is basically an upgrade over Jackson Hayes, there's got to be a conversation between JJ and Rob about, like, no, really, is this dude going to play? Because if he's not going to play, regardless of how you feel about it, they need to focus on players. If they're going to give up assets, it's got to be for someone that they have a definitive role for. So we shall see. Again, 117-96 win over the Boston Celtics. Huge way for the Lakers to kick off the second half of the season. Next broadcast is going to be Saturday, 5:30. The Lakers begin a road trip in the Bay against Steph and the Warriors. Pre-game coverage begins at 4 o'clock with Beto Duran, 5:30 tip. This has been the Lakers postgame show. Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
Lakers basketball, presented by
Vista Paint. Locally owned, manufactured for over 65 years. Vista Paint is your home for factory direct, high quality paint products. Your championship team of paint professionals for over 65 years. Lakers basketball.
Lakers basketball, driven by Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Go Safely California from Caltrans and the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Fantasy Springs Resort. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at FantasySpringsResort.com.
And remember, you can hear every Lakers game in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
You have been listening to a special play-by-play presentation on 710 ESPN Los Angeles. Now it's time to get you up to speed on the biggest stories in the sports world. We rejoin our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
At the 6th seed, potentially with a big man, a guard, there could be some moves they could make between now and February 6th.
Which team could really surprise us and make an upgrade ahead of the deadline here for a playoff push?
Let's look at the Detroit Pistons. Kevin, I'm not saying they will for sure make a big move to really continue their accelerated rebuild. We're seeing a team now that's in the playoff hunt, where we know a year ago they had historic losing occur in Detroit. But this year, behind Cade Cunningham, who's at an all-star caliber